Hi guys! This week is National Safe Boating Week in the US, and although I am not American and we are not even in the States, we thought that this would be a good opportunity to talk about why we've chosen to wear our life jackets at all time when we're on deck.
Today we're going to bring you 6 reasons why we wear life jackets on board and 4 useful tips for using your life jacket. Reason number 1.
They can prevent drowning if you fall overboard, and that should be reason enough. Reason number 2.
Our boat is in a huge body of water, and we, people on board the boat, are very close to that water. On board Polar Seal, the helms are very far aft, and we are maybe just a meter away from the water when we're sailing. So having our life jackets on prevents us in case something were to happen and we were to get close and fall over and the worst happening. Reason number 3.
When you get in trouble, it's usually too late to run, grab your life jacket and put it on. Trouble can happen even on a very nice day on the engine, when the water is flat. It can happen at any time, and that is something that we've learned the hard way.
We've not always worn our life jacket. Story time.
A year ago, right before we left with Polar Seal from Stockholm on our big sailing adventure, we took Polar Seal out for a spin in Stockholm Archipelago. It was a beautiful day, the winds were calm, the sea was flat. We were under sail into the wind and I lost steerage. I couldn't move the wheel. I looked at Ryan and I was like, Ryan, I do not have steerage and we're heading straight into the rock. We estimated that within 5 minutes we were gonna crash full speed into the rocks. So my only option to regain control of the boat was to pull the sails down, start the engine, and turn it in reverse so that we would avoid the worst crash.
While Sophie was doing that, I went below and tried to A, find our emergency tiller, and 2, try to troubleshoot and see if anything was wrong with the steering mechanisms. But in the process, I got locked in the locker.
And in any other situation, this would have been funny, but I was actually running in the foredeck to manually pull the sail down so that the boat would lose power. The boat was heeling quite a bit, and I was not wearing shoes, I was not wearing a life jacket. I could have fallen overboard at any time just because I had slid on the boat or because the boat would have crashed in the rocks. Thankfully, the outcome of that situation had us safe.
What happened, Sophie?
So we realized that the autopilot had been turned down. Maybe I ass-bumped the autopilot, maybe one of the guests that we had on board that day ass-bumped the autopilot, but we had not realized that the autopilot was on. So I pressed the button, put it in standby and gently turned the boat over. There was a lot of stress and also lessons learned that trouble can happen very, very, very fast, even on a very nice day. And since that day, we wear our life jackets at all time.
Reason number 4.
Wearing our life jackets at all time is a non-decision and it is a non-discussion. Before we had decided to wear our life jackets at all time, when to start wearing our life jackets was a subject of conflict between Ryan and I. Since we're wearing it all the time when we're on deck, that's one less conflict that we have, and it's amazing. I wish that we could do that kind of stuff with everything else that we have conflicts about. It's also something that we do not have to decide on, and we get to focus on other things, the sail trims, or have more situation awareness. It is a non-decision and a non-discussion.
Reason number 5.
We don't get to choose if and when we're gonna go overboard, and we don't get to choose the circumstances. We might get knocked unconscious in the water, and the life jacket can be the difference between drowning and the life jacket turning our head up in the air so that we do not drown. If we fall overboard, the stress and anxiety that we're gonna feel because of the situation is going to be extremely tiring. So the life jacket can be the difference between getting really tired and wanting to stop swimming or staying afloat, and actually just staying afloat and keeping a position of comfort that keeps the heat. Reason number 6.
It sets a good example. Normalizing the use of life jackets on sailboats can potentially save lives. So if we wear our life jackets and other people see that, and they wear their life jackets and other people see that, we're setting a good example amongst the whole community.
And hopefully somewhere down the line it prevents someone from drowning.
Life jacket tips!
Here are 4 tips for life jackets on sailboats. Tip number 1.
Go out and try as many life jackets on as you can before buying. Having a comfortable life jacket and one that fits properly is very important. So a life jacket that fits Sophie may not be the right life jacket for me just because the fit is different and we have different body shapes. A life jacket that fits well and is comfortable, you are more apt to wear than one that doesn't. So it's really important it fits well.
Wear the life jacket as directed. That means that the life jacket needs to be close, it needs to be snug. If you have straps, wear the straps between your legs, and for God's sake, do not wear your fall weather gear on top of the life jacket. It can be tempting when the weather gets colder to throw your fall weather gear on top of your life jacket. But if you happen to fall overboard and the life jacket inflates with your fall weather gear on, it can crush you. It's not good. So don't do that.
Tip number 2.
Test your life jacket on a regular basis. So on Polar Seal, before each start of the season, I inflate our life jackets and I leave them inflated for 24 hours to detect any leak. On that occasion, I also check the lights and any additional feature that we have on the life jacket. Tip number 3.
Your life jacket has to be serviced just like any other equipment on board the boat. So inside the life jacket, there's typically an expiration or a service date on the cartridges. You need to check those and make sure that you replace them in time so the life jacket is ready to go.
It's also a good idea to carry a rearming kit on board in case your life jacket inflates accidentally, so that you can rearm the life jacket and use it again, even when it has inflated accidentally. Hopefully.
Tip number 4.
That one is not from me, it's from one of our Instagram followers, but I thought that it was really good. And it's put a gel in one of the pockets of your life jacket. As we mentioned before, we don't get to choose if and when we fall overboard, and having that extra energy that a gel gives you can make a big difference in survival until rescue comes. That little gel is a lot of energy for your body to stay a little warm and for you to have more energy to scream or make signals and get yourself rescued. The life jackets that Ryan and I have on board are Spinlock Deck Vest 5D with Pro sensor. We love them. They were expensive and I cried the day that I had to spend that money, but we wear them all the time and they are really good. They fit us really well. We forget that we have them on. They're really comfortable, they're non-invasive, and they have all the features that we need for the type of sailing that we do.
We equipped our life jackets with man overboard beacons from Ocean Signal, the MOB1, and it will send a signal both to our VHF indicating that somebody has fallen over and also to our chalk plotters showing an AIS signal. So this is an added feature we've added to both of our life jackets on board Polar Seal. So ultimately, wearing a life jacket is a personal decision that you need to make. We hope this video though inspired you to wear your life jacket more often.
So guys, I hope that you enjoyed this video and stay safe on the water. Catch you soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye.